Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for stopping by. So today I wanted to talk about my third place Richmond Regionals Kashtira deck. So I went undefeated, and then in the last round I ended up losing to Snake Eye Kashtira. It was a really close game, and it was really good. He just had the upper hand because he had basically the Kashtira core in his opening hand with all the Snake Eye cores. So it was very tough. But overall, I am very impressed with how this deck played out. I was inspired by another player. I believe his channel's name is Lee TCG. I watched one of his videos where he went over like 10 plus top Kashtira decks, that top like regionals and everything, and I really paid attention to his view on how the deck should be played and the certain cards that you should be playing and stuff like that. So I liked his ideas with it, and I just pretty much took his ideas and just ran with it, and I came up with this build, and it worked phenomenally. Like, I had a blast. Matchups were round 1 was Labyrinth, round 2 Attic Nister, round 3 Labyrinth again, round 4 was Infernobles, round 5 was Voiceless, round 6 was Snake Eyes, round 7 was Kashtira Mirror match, and the last round was against the Snake Eyes Kashtira deck. So yeah, I think out of the entire tournament, I only bricked one time, and that was against the Kashtira Mirror match. I thought he was gonna make me go first, so I side decked to go first, and I actually opened nothing but hand traps and no monsters to actually play with. So yeah, I was like, well, that didn't work out, but you know, I'm glad that that was the only time that I bricked throughout the entire tournament. And before I start, I guess shout outs to all the stores and all the players in the Hampton Road area. And yeah, shout out to my fan for letting me go. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the profile for you guys. And before we start, like always, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe. I am coming up with more deck profiles and more videos soon enough, right? And especially since the new ban list came out, I know a lot of people are trying to figure out what to play and stuff. So we're gonna start with the obvious stuff: 3 Fenrir, 3 Unicorn, 3 Rise Heart. I was playing 2. The last regionals I topped was at the very beginning of the season, and I was playing, I think, only 2 Rise Hearts and 2 Kashtira Theoses. I bumped it back up to 3 because I wanted to go with like more hand traps and stuff in this version. 1 Scareclaw and 1 Taylorman's Kashtira. So Taylorman's Kashtira was probably the MVP, I'm not gonna lie, of the deck. This card by itself, well, not by itself, but this card had, I think, 2 of my opponents just immediately scoop in game 1 because of basically what I did is I would just go Shifter. I do the normal line with this, and then this, and then getting this, and I'd go Effect, Banishing Taylorman's Kashtira, make them mill 3 off the top, face down, Birth to get back this, and then Effect to make them mill another 3, and they would sit there and see that they're on their Shifter and that they got you know, a Fenrir, a Unicorn, and a Birth already to deal with, and then also follow up because I'll make sure that I'll have like another Birth or something to play for next turn. And so they'll sit there and be like, yeah, I kind of don't want to reveal my information of what I'm playing, so they'll just scoop. That had to happen twice, and doing that combo alone, I've hit like so many good cards off of like so many 1-ups and stuff off of people's decks. So Taylorman's Kashtira was definitely cracked, a lot better than the Ogre. And also, there's instances where you can open up with Birth and just this, so you can just activate Birth, normal summon this, mill 3, and if you hit one like a Unicorn or a Fenrir, then you're golden at that point. So I like that a lot better than just open up Ogre and then search for a trap card that's not going to do anything. For hand traps, we got 3 Shifter, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 2 Mourners, 1 Ogre, and 1 Nib. So like I said, I was inspired by the Lee TCG channel for pointing out that you probably need to play a large variety of hand traps. And at first, I didn't like the idea of these because they conflict with this, but then it made sense because I started playtesting with it, and it made sense because if I shifted them, if I open up these with Shifter, obviously Shifter's going to be the first. It's going to happen, right? I'm going to Shifter them, but it's not bad to have these because 1, this is a bearing route. 2, on top of that, during your opponent's next turn, Shifter's not going to be live anymore, so you're going to need something to help slow them down. Sometimes the Kashtira names don't do enough, so you having Veilers in your hand, well, they're Ogre, it's not bad at all, because now you know that on their turn you can stop them from playing the game, and it happened a few times actually, and it worked perfectly fine. So yeah, and the 1-ups and the 1-ups and the 2-ups because I just really wanted to see variety. There was actually a time where I pot a prosperity, and during that pot I literally hit 5 different hand traps in a Fenrir. So I was like, yeah, I'm glad I did the different mixtures of them. Spell cards. You got your planets, your birds, Theoses, and the 3 pot of prosperities, and then the last 3 were 3 more hand traps, the imperms. So, yep. Overall, pretty good list. 40 cards in the main. And now for the extra deck. Shout out to my boy Ryan for letting me borrow his 2 awesome tokens here, the Print Kids and Adventure token. I need to give this back to him. So we got the Shang, Red Eyes, the Dark Arm, Harmonizer. Harmonizer went in. I won so many games because of this card. Big Eye, Dracosac, Zeus, and the Typhon. So yeah, nothing much to say about that other than this card went in. The next lineup was the Baguska and the Abyss Dweller. I was thinking about playing the Titan Moth, I think this was called, over this card, but you know, I thought that if I bricked and I had only like 2 Rise Hearts, I can at least go into this and buy some time. I never made these. I always just used them for pot because I don't know, I never needed it. For the part that I'm gonna have to explain, so I did 2 SPs and 2 Link Spiders. So the theory behind it was that, you know, when you go Dracosac and you get the 2 tokens, I don't like the Heat Soul line. It is absolutely terrible. I don't like it whatsoever. Like, your opponent's always gonna have Nib. For some reason against me, they always have Nib. So I like going the SP route instead. So I get the 2 tokens, make 1 token into a Link Spider, and then use the Link Spider and my Dracosac to go into my first SP. So now they're probably not going to want to nib me, because what's the point? I'm just going to banish everything off the field anyways. So I'll just get back to the Fenrir and possibly summon another monster and then overlay into like a Shang or a Harmonizer or something. If they choose to nib me, still I can still protect the 2 monsters I care about, and it doesn't get them anywhere. And then the second Link Spider is, I would leave the token on the field, obviously. And if my opponent forgets, because a lot of people will leave the token there because they think that it doesn't mean anything anymore, so they rather deal with the actual monsters that have effects. So if they leave it there and it passes back to you, you can just link it off into another Link Spider, and then have another monster link it off into your second SP, and then it's just like, well, you know, they didn't really see that happening, and now they got to deal with another SP. And there's times where, you know, you'll go through your first SP, it's good at first, but your opponent will more than likely just go right to the battle phase and attack over, and then that's when on your second turn you play your turn out, and then you just summon another one, and by that time they're gonna probably scoop because they more than likely can't play through another SP. How many times I came up? 0 times, but it is nice to. It was just a theory that I had, and yeah, I just wanted to play it safe basically. And the last card was none other than Baron. Baron, for I think 2 or 3 games, I was on Baron beatdown. I literally had. They hand trapped me so much that all was left was just me normal summoning a level 3 synchro into this and just keep attacking each turn. I think I won like 2 or 3 games because of that. So next is the side deck. So the side deck was 3 sphere modes. This went in against Voiceless. Double Ghost Bells, Harpies, Lightning Storm, the 1 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Macro, 2 Summon Limits, and then 3 Judgments. So only 1 Macro, 2 Summon Limits. I want a variety off of the Prosperity hits. And 1 Cosmic because I really didn't know what to put in as a 1-up. I could have put like a 3rd Ghost Spell, but I don't really think 3 is necessary. And yeah, and these went in. I never saw this, but the Lightning Storms I saw multiple times, and they went in every single time. So Nothing bad to say about these. Every time I have played Judgments, I don't know if I like Judgments or not. I get it; it's there to protect you from, the blowout cards like Dark Ruler or Evenly and stuff. But Solemn Judgment always ends up killing me. This is the main reason why I lost in the last round, is because I had a Judgment, and if it was like Strike or something, I think it would have been fine. But it was Judgment, and I just like paid half my life points and I lost because of that. So if I had to redo this deck, I think I would do Strikes instead of Judgments. Other than that, I wouldn't change anything else in the side whatsoever. Well, obviously I have to now because this is banned, but yeah. Overall it was good. So yeah, I would just change obviously these two out and then these three out if I was to play this again, and obviously the Baron as well. I guess the Baron could be your Heat Soul if you want. I don't know, or the G Golem. But yeah, that would be it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.